Hi, I'm Eric Allen. I'm here with Joe Drilling. It's
I'm
over
Joe
there in the
Drilling, and I'm
internet.
here with Eric Allen,
Hi, I'm here with Joe Drilling.
and so on and so
Okay.
forth.
I'm also here with my good buddy Duke Nukem. I'm here to kick ass and play Genesis games, and I'm all out of ass.
But you have plenty of Genesis
Yeah,
games.
I got lots of Genesis games. This is Genesis or Genesisn't, a thing where I play a Genesis game and then say if I liked it or not. This night, we're going to play Duke Nukem 3D, which was originally only released in Brazil, but Joe tells me was eventually given a wider release, or not just maybe not just in Brazil, but in South America, um, in like 1998 or something like that. Well, after the Genesis had fallen out of favor in most of the rest of the world. So I don't know. We're gonna check this game out. I have a feeling it's not gonna be very good, but who knows?
I
Until
mean,
we
the
play
title
it.
screen is really an objet d'art. Really,
Uh
I mean,
huh.
you can't. Smoke Monster says your mic stand is named Joe Drilling.
Load credits. Help. Is there like if I click help, does it just turn the game off?
It says like go play a different version of this game.
A button's open. B is to strafe. Oh boy.
This game, for anybody who is not of the proper age to fully
Button
understand,
D is to move.
hmm, button D, not the D pad,
It says
button D.
button D.
Yeah.
Button start plus
Um,
D. Zoom map. Button start plus B. Y map mode. Okay, this is not going to go well, but we'll give it a shot.
Rhino Nar 14 says, "Love Duke Nukem." Then you're probably gonna hate this.
I'm going to put it on easy because I have a feeling I'm going to struggle with the controls right off the bat. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, I don't really think that this would have run on, or the Genesis was comparable to. Was it the Build engine? Was that the
Yeah, I think
one?
so. That was the one somebody just put out a new game in the build engine recently, right?
Was it was Dusk? Was that?
Maybe. I don't remember what it was called,
That's
but
the one that looks kind of like Quake. So I'm not sure if that was actually made in the Build engine or not.
there was some game that was like built in the build engine that just came out like
Huh.
recently. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know why everything looks like it has like vertical combing artifacts on it.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
Got scan lines are built in. You don't even have to turn them on in an
Yeah.
emulator or a FrameMeister or whatever.
Yeah. No kidding.
Remember that? Remember that iconic Duke Nukem 3D level where it's just a bunch of gray walls? Because that's the thing that I like most about. And
Uh-huh.
what is that up there? Is that supposed to be like an? I guess it's supposed to be like a flashing like warning light.
A klaxon, I guess maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
wait!
I don't know.
Whoa! Come on!
So this game originally, the original version of this game, I should say, starts on the roof
Mm-hmm.
of a building, and then yeah, that's supposed to be like a siren or a klaxon. I can actually, I think there's a little bit of stream delay, of course.
This game
Um,
does not have enough auto aim to be playable. That's my official stance at this moment.
like it would have been a challenge to get Doom running on the Sega Genesis.
I mean, I have a feeling that I'm not going to want to play this for very long, so maybe
Yeah,
we'll check out the
yeah,
Super Nintendo port of Doom,
that.
which was how I first experienced Doom.
Oh, you could check out the 32 export of Doom.
I could, yeah, I could do that. I have a
And I know
copy of
you
that.
actually own. I was gonna say, I know you actually own a
I
cartridge
bought
of
that
it.
at PAX a couple of years ago. Well, probably like 6 years ago at this
When you
point.
say a couple, you mean like
Yeah,
it's more like 8 years
yeah.
ago.
God.
So let me
Oh,
just let me properly set your time frame here. The last time we went to PAX, and I think you didn't even actually go into the show at
it was
all, was
2014.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Supposedly
the
one of
one
these
the time
buttons lets me strafe, but it doesn't seem to be.
allegedly.
I mean, there's the map.
Rhino Nar says the Sega Saturn had a better port. Yeah, I mean, surprising no one,
Yeah.
I think.
Look at this kick animation is really fucking good.
The Saturn. Oh
Hang on a second. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. I mean, it's pretty good, right? That's about what that looks like. I think they nailed it. That's my official stance, is that they got it 100% right.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, the kick animation.
Oh.
This is the cool thing about the Saturn
I'm gonna
version.
try to kick this guy to death. Whoops.
Good luck.
Close the door. Oh, shit, he's right there. What?
My favorite thing about
Uh-huh.
the computer version, the original version, is that you could always kick. Like, you could use the mighty foot. I think it was just the K key, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
And then, but you could also set your default attack to kick, which kicked with the other foot. So you could like run around basically drop kicking people both feet at the same time. It's pretty fantastic. But yeah, the Saturn port of Duke Nukem.
When you go when you equip the kick, the melee, it puts your ammo at 1. So, fortunately, it just regenerates very quickly. I'm gonna have to figure out what this.
That's weird. But the Saturn version is interesting because if you either break every single toilet in the game or you have a Quake save file on your Saturn's memory, you can play
so
a
there's
version
like some
of
kind
Scorched Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, you know, is a pretty fun game. It's sort of like Worms, pretty much improved on Scorched Earth in every conceivable way, but you know, it's still a pretty fun game for what it was. And yeah, there's like a version of it in I think it's just called Death Tank in the Saturn Duke Nukem port, but it's the same thing.
Okay. So there's gonna be, as soon as I open this door, there's gonna be like a thing that comes flying at me. That's what keeps killing me. There it is. I think it was hitting me in the side before, so I wasn't seeing it. Oh my god.
The original version of this game on the computer also gave you a shotgun pretty quickly, if memory serves.
For my pistol. Okay.
Hipster Black Metal says, "Too bad this port is bad. It would be passable, but it's damn hard." I mean, the thing about it is it is technologically impressive, right? Like that they even got this running.
I mean, this is not Duke Nukem 3D. Let's be clear.
But it's like a facsimile of Duke Nukem 3D, and that's
it's a functioning first-person game. Sort
but
of.
a lot of the graphical elements, like the pistol looks the same, the enemies look the same.
Well,
I mean, right? They're low res. They're way low res versions of those enemies, but like I can identify, like I can look at that thing and be like, that is the same alien from the computer version. Like I recognize that thing. You know, so.
So congratulations on doing the thing that Donkey Kong Country did poorly, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Pretty much.
God damn it! That kills you in one hit. I was at 100 health and it hit me and I died.
Oh boy, somebody whose name I will almost certainly butcher if I try to pronounce it says impressive but god awful.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm that impressed.
You're not. You're a hard sell on a lot of stuff though. So you know, I think that for the Genesis, this is pretty impressive, even if it's a garbage port.
I'll say this is significantly worse than the Super Nintendo port of Doom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make that bold claim right now.
The Super Nintendo port of Doom is not. It's not good.
No, it's not good, but it's way more Doom than this is Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's fair.
I feel like the auto aim is a little bit more generous also, which this is like basically this is barely playable because of the how difficult it is to aim.
This looks like Wolfenstein 3D.
Yeah, yes, good, yes. That except that you can't blow up the walls or whatever. What does this say? Oh, it's a thing. Security, EDF, Earth Defense Forces. Alright, so I guess I have to go this way. Hi, Kurt.
Hey.
How do you feel about Duke Nukem?
I have no particular feelings one way or the other.
No! God damn it. They got me.
Nicholas Rumleski says, I always thought these episodes were videos, not live streams. We do them live and then we put them up as videos. Or they get converted as videos.
Well, the nice thing about doing them on YouTube now instead of on Twitch is you don't have to do anything. It just does it automatically.
Yeah. If they were videos, they would look a lot better.
There'd be like a title sequence and stuff. Like it would...
Yeah.
Smoke Monster says EDF, EDF. And he says, this game looks really great, really fun for me to poop on.
All right, so now I got to figure out what side that suicide bomber guy comes at me from. There he is. Doesn't seem like he won't pass through rooms, maybe?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other first-person shooters on the Genesis, and the only one I can think of is Zero Tolerance, which was an Accolade game, and the way they handled it was that the HUD is ginormous.
Yes.
So
this game does have a pretty beefy frame around the outside, but it is not nearly as bad as that game. There's there's another one on Super Nintendo too, another first-person game that has a little tiny view box window on it.
I was going to say there's Wolfenstein, there's Doom, there's Super 3D Noah's Ark. And I'm trying to think of what other first-person shooters on the...
Joe, there's a shotgun here, but the game won't let me pick it up.
So that's nice of it.
This game is garbage.
This is... we should have asked Smoke Monster to pick up a real copy of this for us.
Oh, there we go.
He was living in Brazil until, 2 weeks ago.
Blue card required. Oh, man. Oh, this shotgun is much nicer.
Nicholas Rumleski says, also hello. Shermy says, apparently Zero Tolerance was used as a basis for this game.
Okay.
So I haven't played Zero Tolerance in a really long time, but I feel like it played at least a little better than this.
Is there any codes? Can we see anything else? Is there a cheat code? 'Cause I might be about done with this game.
Let's see.
13 minutes is about all I can stand. I can't stand no more.
Mr. Monster says, I must be too young. I had no idea this was on Genesis. I only know the PlayStation version. Well, it was PC originally, of course.
It was originally a PC game, and it was on the PlayStation, the Saturn, the N60. There was a version of it on N64, right?
Yeah.
Or was that a different game?
No, it's this. It's not this. It's Duke Nukem 3D. It is a more reasonable facsimile of Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
It's not like a weird port of this. Yeah, this only came out in South America in 1998. So.
Smoke Monster says, oh yeah, I had access to all the treasures there. I actually did get myself a cheap Brazilian CDX. Tech Toy
dope.
CDX, I think.
Oh, nice.
Shermy says there are cheat codes for this game.
There are cheat codes. I found them. I found some.
Nice.
There's a skip level.
Oh,
there's
what we need.
There's a God mode. And there's
okay.
all weapons.
Yes, these are the things that we need.
Okay. Pause the game.
Oh, look, I got the face sucker on my face. That's pretty good.
Hence the name.
All right, let me die and then I'll.
Okay. Retroview says Genesis also had Bloodshot, a segment in Toy Story, and a fan-made port of Wolfenstein. That's right. In Toy Story, when you're in the claw game, but you don't shoot anything. It's not a first-person shooter.
It's a first-person perspective
segment. Yeah. So. Let me know.
Shermy says also Frame Raider managed to beat this entire game on a stream.
I don't know who that is,
because
but
I'm very impressed. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
I feel bad for him.
Nicholas Rumleski says, I believe the N64's version is censored, correct? I have no idea.
I don't remember. I played that. I played because I didn't have a PC that could play video games until like 2002. And so I played a lot of those weird, I played Half-Life for the first time on the PlayStation 2. I played Deus Ex for the first time on PlayStation 2. I was very excited when that came out, and I loved it.
Yeah.
This is not really a great port, but It was like
But
it's Deus Ex.
It's playable.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thing like it's a thing that was not even conceivable on consoles until it came out there. Like it's not like anything else that you could play on a console. I played Doom for the first time on Super Nintendo. I played Quake for the first time on Nintendo 64. I played that horrible StarCraft port. I rented that at one time. Yeah. I mean, it's like like talk about games that are impressive. That I have to stop. I'm just rambling and walking around because I can't find the door.
Right, I was gonna give you the cheat codes, but you went on a jag.
We're gonna pause and then.
But yeah, so like a lot of these early PC games, I didn't really play until either much later, like with the Scum games, or do I have to be in the game, Joe, or from the?
They pause the game.
Okay.
Pause the game. Which apparently you do by either holding X and pressing Y, or holding Start and pressing A and B at the same. What the hell with the controls in this game?
I'm sorry. What do you do?
You either press and hold X and then press Y, or you can hold Start and press A and B. I guess if you're using a 3-button controller.
Oh man, I don't know. Press and hold. What was it? Start and what?
Start and A and B.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so forget to get all the gear.
Mm-hmm.
Press A, C, left.
All right,
A, B,
A, C, left.
A, B, down.
Oh, crap. Wait, how do I pause again?
Start and then A and B.
Okay. All right. So then what is it again?
Jesus Christ. Hang on a second.
Sorry. The problem is that I look down at this Xbox controller and it's X, A, and B instead of A, B, and C, and it just always fucks me up.
Yeah. All right. So it's A, C, left, A, B, down.
A, C, left, A, B, down. Giving everything. Shotgun. This looks like fun. All right. That's good. All right. And so then what was the level skip?
Level skip is up, left, right, B, B, A.
Go to next level.
And then do you want the God mode one?
Sure. Oh, it's got some Duke quips in between. That's real good. Let's rock. What is that thing? Atomic Health. So yeah, I was playing on easy mode for the record there, and it was giving you a thing that killed you instantly.
I was
in
going
the
to say,
second
you were
room.
playing on easy mode and there was a one-shot kill.
Yep. In the second room.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Humanity.
Well, there's the... Okay, these guys kind of look like the pig cops. Kind of.
Apologies if you hear random cats.
It happens.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty impressive that this does have, like, objects that are destructible, like fire extinguishers and exploding barrels and stuff. Oh, this room is killing me. Okay.
Portable med kit versus a stationary med kit.
Bring that one with me.
Mr. Monster says, out of the big three, Doom, Wolfenstein, and
Doom.
Duke Nukem, which do you guys prefer?
Doom, and it's not close.
I think at the time I probably would have said Duke 3D because it felt so like shiny and new, but in terms
can look
of
up.
like what's aged the best, I would say a part of me wants to say Doom 2.
No, Doom is better. Doom 2 has like these weird labyrinthine levels that aren't that much fun to play. When was the last time you played Doom 2?
I I think I played a little bit when the Xbox Live, or no,
there was an Xbox.
It was
When
on.
was the last time
No,
you
there
played
was,
X?
there
And that's
was,
the
but
question.
I think I have the collector's edition of Doom 3 for the Xbox, so I think that was when it was on 360, but it was when I got that. I played a little bit of it, and I mean, yeah, I didn't play far enough to get into the really ridiculous levels, but the Super Shotgun is just so great that
The Super Shotgun is very good, but it's Doom 1 is the best of those. I mean, Duke, like the thing is like Duke Nukem 3D is one of those games that was impossibly cool at the time, I'm sure, because of what a leap forward it was to be able to look up and actually be in 3D space and have all those interactable objects and stuff. Have it be something that feels a little bit more tethered, not necessarily to reality, but to like an interpreted reality or whatever. But I mean, the actual answer is Quake or Quake 3. But that's
I definitely played more
like
Duke
different.
than I played Quake.
The obvious answer is Marathon.
Fuck out of here.
Kurt was a Mac guy, everybody, in case you didn't know.
In case I wasn't clear.
But speaking of Wolfenstein, the trailer dropped for the new Wolfenstein, and I'm in for some co-op Wolfenstein. And also, apparently, if you get the like special edition or whatever, you can give like a multiplayer code to someone, so they don't have to own the game, but they can.
So
like,
I was going to say that I have already purchased it, and that is earmarked for Eric and I to play.
What is it?
The new Wolfenstein that's coming out.
Oh, okay.
In June.
I haven't played either of the other ones.
That's okay.
Okay, this is not necessarily related to that.
Well, you play as the twin daughters of BJ Blazkowicz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is why there's a co-op mode, because you each play as one of them.
On a teleporter.
But I suspect you don't really need to know much.
Fuckers.
Shoot Nazis.
Right. Sweetmeat says they're not pig cops, they're hog constables.
All right, fine.
Duke actually was released around Quake time, says RetroView. So it is not really fair to compare it with original Doom.
Yeah.
Yes, but original Doom is still better.
That's
as we were saying.
It's not fair to compare it unfavorably
they're different.
to a game that came out earlier.
They're very different games, but like of those ones, of all those games of that era, the one that I'd like most be interested in playing through again right now is the original Doom. Yeah. There's just something like super fast and like it has like it is very limited compared to most other shooters.
I was gonna say there's not a lot of bells and whistles to it, but what it does so well.
Yes, that's it.
It doesn't need all those things.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Is that it? Yeah. It works within its own limitations as well as or better than just about any video game.
Yeah. Smoke Monster says Quake for multiplayer, Doom for single player. I think.
Yeah, okay. I mean that's
the Quake single player isn't all that, but you know, if you're gonna play multiplayer, you might as well play Quake 3, I guess.
I played a pretty fair amount of Team Fortress when it was a Quake mod.
Mm-hmm. I played some of that like way after the fact, and I might have even been a Quake 3 mod at that point because maybe a Half-Life mod when I played it. I don't know. That's enough of this. I'm done playing this. I don't like it. It's bad.
The Genesisn't very good.
I don't know. Do you guys want to check out the Super Nintendo Doom real quick?
I mean, we're still waiting for Coffee to show up to do because he's going to stream Sekiro tonight after we're done here. So
yeah. Smoke Monster also says Wolfenstein scared the living hell out of me as a little kid though with headphones on in the dark.
For sure.
The first time I saw Wolfenstein was at a friend's house, and it was before I had a computer that was like current, and it didn't scare me, but it was just like so different from what I was used to. You know, like it was like I was used to Super NES at that point, and then to see, and Super NES was still new, but then to see Wolfenstein in this like 3D space and all the blood and the swastikas and shooting Hitler in the face, like it was just like this is not something I see in video games.
Yeah, right. Sweet Meat says it was huge. Don't you remember? I'm not sure what that's about. You're old enough, right?
I don't know if you're talking about the size of the stages in Doom 2. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Nicholas Rumleski says, honestly, looks and feels like one of those pirated Chinese bootlegs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's this was a license that like Tectoy cleared their licenses. I think typically when they made Genesis ports of this thing. So like the version of Mortal Kombat on Master System and Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition on Master System, and all that stuff is like.
Sorry, Joe. No one can hear you. I have the Doom music turned up loud.
Even though it's like the kind of crappy Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, I mean there are worse versions of that song.
I mean, sure, but there are many better too.
Sweet Meat says, what is your choice for #1 best Genesis game?
I would point you to the Gunstar Heroes episode of Same Name, Different Game, where I answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, technically Gunstar Heroes doesn't qualify for this because I have played that, like, several times before in many different formats, so...
Right.
But, like, that seems like a reasonable answer. Sure. That or Shining Force 2. I really love that game a whole lot.
So I will say in our Genesis draft, which I'm actually going to be working on finally making into a video soon, cool. The #1 pick was Greg Stewart of Generation 16, and he chose Streets of Rage 2.
That's another good answer. So the thing about the Super Nintendo version of Doom is that it's Doom, but it runs like shit.
I was going to say, the frame rate is garbage. And also, there's a weird thing.
But it's Doom, whereas that game that I was just playing isn't really Duke Nukem 3D.
Well, it's kind of Doom, but this version was the first version released on a home console, but the first one that was actually put in development was the JAG version.
Right.
And all the other console versions, except for I think one, use the JAG maps, which are not the same as the original PC version maps. So... It's
also, some weird artifacting that I don't know if that's in the game or if that's.
I was actually going to ask exactly that question.
I think that's the emulator is not doing a good job of replicating the Super FX2 chip.
This is like a crappy old emulator instead of. I didn't bother like trying to get this run on Huygen or whatever, but.
Nicholas from Lesky says, I got a confession, I never played the original Doom. You should do something about that.
Yeah, you should fix that.
I mean, you can probably get it for like $1 on Steam.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good. I think that it's still... the last time I played Doom to completion in whatever, 2007 or 8 or whenever those ports came out, I still had a really good time with it, so... and I know Mike plays it like... once every couple of years or so.
Yeah.
He also plays 2, I feel like. He did the last time, I want to say.
Shroomy says 30.
Yeah, he spent a long time trying to play through Doom 2 because the level design at the end is such a nightmare.
Yeah. I think 32X Doom is honestly better than the... None of the cartridge ports are good, but I think that one is probably the best of the cartridge-based ports.
It definitely has the best music.
It runs more smoothly and has like less weird graphical artifacting than this version. But it's still not very good. Like, playing Doom with a control. I mean, it's not the worst thing because you
don't have to aim up.
Strafe and you can't aim up.
Right.
And like the auto aim is very generous, so it's not the worst game to play with a controller.
Doom is very much designed to be played. I mean, like playing it with a Gravis gamepad or just a keyboard is a totally legitimate way to have experienced Doom.
Yeah, I played it with just the keyboard back in the day. But
like this, like at least the Super, like in that Duke Nukem 3D port we were playing, you have to your aim has to be pretty good to hit guys. Whereas in this, my bullets are like probably about this big, right? Like they're gigantic bullets that you don't have to worry about the aim so much. So I don't know. I think the original Doom is kind of like that, but I'm sure that it is amped up to the nth degree for this this port. But
Mr. Monster says, for early FPS, I love Star Wars Dark Forces. What did you guys think
yeah.
of that?
Oh, I forgot about that. I played a lot. I had this. I still have the CD version of that from all back in the day. That's one of the oldest games I own in terms of like the one that was mine that I got it at the time and I never got rid of it or sold it. That's one of the oldest games in the collection. I love Dark Forces, and I actually like it the most, the first one the most out of that whole series, because I think like a lot of people like the ones where he's like turns into a Jedi and whatever, and those never did that much for me. But the original Dark Forces I really like. Although that sewer level was kind of bogus, like it's really easy to get lost.
All right, I stopped playing Doom, but I turned on the 32X version of the E1M1 music.
Nice.
Which is just beautiful. I love it.
Shirley says Doom on Saturn is hell, though.
I don't,
that one runs really. It run. I haven't played it either, but I've seen people talk about it and I've seen footage of it. And for whatever reason, like it just doesn't run well apparently. And it's like it was developed by, I don't remember who developed it, but it's not good apparently.
Okay. All right. Well,
Doom 64, by the way, is dope and is not actually a port of Doom. It's like a different.
It is.
It's a different game.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. If you want to,
Shroomy says the Symphony of Farts.
Yeah, the biggest problem with any of those N64 shooters, aside from the fact that they're not very good, is that you have to play them with an N64 controller, which is not a great way.
Perfectly serviceable for Turok.
It was for Turok and GoldenEye and Perfect Dark,
and that's all.
It was okay because those games were all designed to be played with that, but
designed with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All the games.
Well, Doom 64 was too. I mean, Doom 64 was
made
from the ground up as a, but also like now.
But I don't want to play any of those games either.
Sure.
I don't really play GoldenEye or Perfect Dark now.
You can get.
I still kind of want to play Doom though.
Controllers these days.
What I really want to do is play through Doom 2016 again before the new Doom comes out in a few months, because Doom 2016 is fucking good. All right, that's it. We're getting out of here. But anyway, thanks for hanging out.
So the answer,
Nukem 3D,
Nukem
Genesis
3D,
is
play
not,
Doom instead.
Yeah, play Doom instead. Or play the original Duke Nukem 3D instead. Or these are all games. There's so many like late 90s, early 2000s shooters that you could buy them all for $1 and have 100 pretty decent games probably to play. You can play some Hexen or whatever. Anyway, we'll be back next week with something else. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.